Hi everyone, I thought I'll make a quick video. The light is starting to go now because it's evening and you can see beautiful sky over there. So anyway, the I went to an art shop because, like I said in my previous video, I finished my Fabriano paper, which I was absolutely in love, which is this one here. It says Fabriano and it's 270 and it's very rough. Let's say that somewhere here. Yeah, there you go, extra rough. Really love that paper, and once I'm back to London or Cambridgeshire, I will make sure to try and find this paper because I really enjoy painting. But meanwhile, I went to an art shop. Unfortunately, they didn't have it there, although I think I bought it there last time, and they only had some sort of weird Fabriano blocks, which actually were some sort of Polish brands that said that they were using Fabriano paper. I'm not sure that that is even possible. I don't know whether that was fake or some sort of dealership, but I would be very surprised if it was real. So I stayed away from those blocks, and I wanted something with a spiral anyway, just because I find it easier to deal with. So I got this notepad or paper pad, which is a little bit strange. I think it's Ukrainian, but it basically gives you absolutely no information of what weight it is and what texture it is. All it says is just sketch pad, watercolor, wild horses of America for some reason, bourgeois, and then some sort of Ukrainian writing over here, which says here made in Ukraine. So I have no idea what horses have to do with this, but go figure. So I got it just because it was the best option I could find. Unfortunately, paper wise it wasn't very good at all. So this texture is some sort of lines, and I've used a paper like this before, so I didn't mind it. But when I came home and I checked the other side, it's quite, it's very smooth and it feels quite thinnish, so it's not going to be as great paper. I probably would think it's about 120 maybe GSM, something like that. It's not super thin, but I don't think that too much watercolor would be good on this. Anyway, so the next thing I got were these two brushes, and they might be Ukrainian too, but I'm not 100% sure. They say Colors Synthetic Carrot, and this is size 8 and this is size 0.3 or 3 zeros, whichever way this is to be read, I'm not entirely sure. And what it is, well, not what it is, but the brushes I used before is the same one. So the reason I got it, so this one here, is because you can't see it very well right now. Maybe you can, but when it's wet, the very tip of it is kind of going, so I had to get a new one. I could, I guess, try and trim it, but I just don't know how it's going to end up, and I wanted a new brush like this because it's a super nice tip, and I love it really. So the other size that I have is a 1 that I use quite frequently in my sketches. So yeah, so right now I have basically 3 brushes. How I said that this is size 8, I'm not sure. So this one, the middle one, but I wanted to get a bigger brush. So that's brush wise. And then I've seen they had some boxes of St. Petersburg white nights, and oh my god, I think I've developed some sort of addiction here. But I couldn't help myself, and I got 4 colors that I don't have yet, so I'm quite excited because the 2 yellows that I have, let me quickly pull it out, is these 2. So the Cadmium Lemon and the Cadmium Yellow Medium. I have them both in my palette back at home, and I have it in this travel palette as well, so this is what they look like, or the pocket palette. And the other yellows I have, so basically now I have finished the collection with the yellow paints, so I will go ahead and make swatches after I finish. But yeah, just to quickly say the other, so these ones are the ones that I got today with the stars, and then Cadmium Lemon and Cadmium Yellow Medium is the ones, the two colors I just showed you on these swatches. And then we have Yellow Ochre and Naples Yellow, the remaining two yellows that are in the White Nights collection, and Yellow Ochre I have as well. It's right here, it's the third color, so it's this one. And on the swatch it is, let's see, it's right here, so that's Yellow Ochre. And the Naples Yellow I have back at home as well. I don't have it with me to show, but let me quickly go ahead, do the swatches, and I will come back. Hi everyone, so part 2. Basically the light has really gone now, it's quite dark, so I had to switch the lights on, which looks, I don't like filming like this, but I just kind of, I don't know, wanted to share this. So here are the swatches, and I absolutely love Hansa Yellow. It's such a stunning color. It's my favorite yellow out of the entire White Nights collection. And in real life, the Cadmium Yellow Medium looks has a bit more orange in there, or more warm tone than this one, and I don't think it is picking up right now. What I will do is I'll take a picture tomorrow morning in the daylight, and I will put it on my Instagram, so just go there, Alone in Fashion Love, and you will see the perfect lighting in there. Oops, got my nail in the color. Okay, so what's there to say? So first of all, as you can see, the paper is really bad because it has buckled already just from the swatches, so I don't think it will be great for any of my fashion flower girls illustrations, but I will try and see how it goes, but I don't think it will be. I'll need to get something else. So anyway, yeah, the oranges are great as well, great addition to the colors. And what else can I say? So let's just quickly look at the pigments. So the Hansa Yellow is a PY1, so just a single pigment, which is fantastic. The lemon is PY3, also single. The ones that I already had, Cadmium Lemon, PY35, Cadmium Yellow Medium, PY35 as well. So as you can see, it's the same pigment, but the colors do look quite different, so must be something to do with mixing. Yellow Ochre has two pigments, PY43 and PY1. PY1 is over here, so they use that to mix the Yellow Ochre. And Naples Yellow, which I don't have with me here, I have it back at home. It has three pigments, so it's quite opaque, and it's PY42, PY35, PO20. Now moving on to the oranges, these are the two new colors, and the Golden Deep is PO62 and Orange Lake is PO17. I love the fact that they're single pigments, so yeah, very beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow in daylight, but I'm just so excited that I couldn't wait and thought to just do a brief video to share my little haul here. I think I feel bad saying it, but I feel like I want to go back to the shop and maybe get a couple of reds as well. Pretty much I've got all the blues and things like that, but I think there are just a couple more colors left that I want to add to my collection. And obviously my other palette is very full. I have a video of that, so please go and have a look. I have a video of the original 24 colors full pans palette, and also the one that I then extended up to 36, so you can see how I've done that. And yeah, I just think I'll have to get an empty palette and just create another palette with the new colors that keep coming. What else is there to say? Final point is that I noticed, well, there is the color you have to write down, and I don't know what I'm gonna do for now because I have no space putting them anywhere here, and I will have to store them somehow, so I don't know. But so I had to write down the names so I don't confuse them. And these two palettes, these two pans were the ones, the new ones, which are white, and the old ones are still the kind of see-through transparent plastic. They're slightly different shape if I put them next to each other, so this one is like that as well. So all of these in here are also transparent. So if I put them next to one another, you can see that the new pans are slightly wider, but they are a bit more not as thick, so that's the only difference really. So the older ones are slightly taller, but more narrow in that way. So that's it really. Like I said, do have a look tomorrow on my Instagram for a daylight image, and hope you enjoyed this and it was useful to you. Thanks for watching.
I decided to hold off posting this video yesterday because I noticed something in the Gold Deep watercolor that I wanted to share with you. So when I've done this swatch yesterday, but go a bit closer in, you can see here, let me just use my super fine brush. You can see just in this area there is more redness. There's like a red dot of a pigment that's collected here, and then it's sort of pushed a little bit to the edge. And I've noticed it, but when I looked closer yesterday at the actual pan, there were quite a few of those dots just on the top. So I thought, is it how this golden deep color is mixed, as in those pigments weren't mixed properly, or were they just sitting on top, or is it how it's supposed to be? So I actually went ahead just now and decided to do a little sort of illustration slash swatches. So I can't notice anything happening like that over here. It is a beautiful color, the way it sort of flows and things like that. And when I was using the brush and mixing those pigments in, they just mixed in right there. So I have a feeling that it was just a case of the pigments sitting on top, just, you know, because it's brand new and hasn't been used or something like that, and probably weren't mixed properly in, and hence why I got this bit. But I quite like it, I quite like this bit here, so if I would get it in future paintings, I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't see it as a flaw, because things like that I find quite beautiful in watercolors. So let me know in the comments below whether you had the same thing happening to you in Golden Deep. I'd love to know that. I think it would be quite useful to all of us. Or whether it's just a one-off situation. The other thing I wanted to quickly share as well is that after the paints, the swatches dried, I noticed the paper going flat. So all of these were buckled up and they have gone flat again. I haven't had the patience to wait for this one and see whether that will go down, because I did drop in water here, so I used slightly more water than I did in here in these swatches over here. So it might be that it goes down as well, and if it does, I will write a little note in the info box below to let you know, because it's you know, I like the texture of the paper and I like the color and things like that, but let's see how it goes on, whether I could actually use it for illustrations as well. So once again, thanks for watching and see you soon. I just realized that I forgot to show you close-ups in daylight, because this is what I promised. So here is Hansa Yellow again in daylight, super beautiful. Here is Lemon. Here is Cadmium Lemon. Here is Cadmium Yellow Medium, Yellow Ocher, and that's what they look like in pans. I hope you can see everything in the frame. If I go like this, you should be able. So if I zoom out a little bit, that's what they look like. And then Golden Deep, I love this color. It's sort of, it's a not very bright orange, but it's beautiful. And also the golden that I have originally is darker than actually this Golden Deep, and this Golden Deep is more it's a transparent color, whereas the golden, I think, seems to be a bit more opaque to me. And here is Orange Lake, and this is what they look like in the pans. Oh yeah, and the final thing to mention, so on this little sticker there is no information, but on the other three there is. So over here we have got the pigment information and the light fasting. So this one is 3 stars, and I think the rating is from 1 to 3 stars. So it doesn't have 5 stars. Some watercolors have 5 stars, meaning they're the best. I think in St. Petersburg it seems that 3 is the best. So the 3 was the lemon color that I just showed you, and 1 is the Orange Lake. So this color is a 1 star, which means it's not very light fast. So it would deteriorate or go pale or change the color with time if the sun would hit it. And finally, the 3 stars for Golden Deep. So this color that I love so much has 3 stars, so it's very good. So I think I have all the information mentioned now, and yeah, thanks for watching once again, and see you soon.